Hey there, Sagittarius, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon, Sagittarius, Rising. It's Maggie from Moondirected. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it. And we're going to be talking about the next 2 weeks. So July 22nd through August 4th. And coming out of that eclipse energy where everything kind of felt like we had to do the big release of something. There was kind of an exhausting energy, but now it's kind of like that pause, that break in between for the next 2 weeks before we decide where it is that we're going to start moving forward. It's about finding that balance, that alchemy of what do you want to create, that information that you need from spirit. I feel like we need another card. Take that one. Oh, we have this beautiful soulmate energy of the Six of Cups. So this card right here has a lot of energy because of the temperance, and see how she's carrying those two cups. It's that cups energy, that's emotional balance, but it's also taking and bringing together things. And so this was a karmic cycle that for a lot of people ended something, and so maybe it's regaining that balance after you went through the soulmate karmic cycle that may or may not have felt great. Okay, so soulmate energy is not always great feeling energy, because what it is we make these agreements before we get here that we're going to come in here, we're going to teach each other these lessons, and sometimes those lessons are hard. Sometimes those lessons are difficult. Sometimes it's wonderful and supportive. And so your soulmate, you have a bunch of them, you have a soul family, and you come in here and you learn things from each other. And so maybe it was the end of a cycle of one and the beginning of a opportunity for somebody else. We have mother healing coming up, and so this is energy right here. Looks a lot like that kind of healing energy. And so this could be you healing yourself, nurturing yourself. We start out with the moon in the 4th house of your house and home and nurturing. And so this commitment to heal yourself from any wounds from your childhood, of not feeling loved and supported enough. Forgiving yourself if you felt like you did not necessarily provide that for your children, and learning to find the balance, and that you create with spirit, you co-create with spirit the future. You create your life. And so what has happened in the past? Release all the negative energy that came with that. The eclipse was really good for that. And now it's time to kind of look at what's fun and what's creative and what feels romantic to you, and recognize your past accomplishments in this, and find the confidence in that you didn't do everything wrong, or nobody did anything. It's all learning and growing, and it's distilling out the positive attributes. So you have expansiveness and plenty. So have the confidence to understand that whatever it is that you're trying to create here with the energy of the new moon that's coming in, and from the energy that came from these eclipses were very powerful, and they were happening for you. They were happening in your partnership, like in your transformation, your house transformation, and then you know, I'm having so much trouble talking. I tried to record a video for you a minute ago, and I could not speak. And I still cannot speak. And some of these cards came out, so that's the same messages. And so I want to say, find your voice. Find your voice. Find your voice. Like, what is it that you want to create? What do you want to do? What do you need to heal? There's plenty, expansiveness, and plenty showing up here. And this new moon is the sun and Jupiter, and Jupiter is in your sun right now, and it's all about expansive, and that there's plenty to go around. And so what do you want to create? What do you want to bring in? What parts are you putting together to create something new for yourself? Forgiveness showed up here, but this showed up here. This energy is in the Page of Pentacles showed up, and so it could be financial, but I feel like more it's about this this whatever you want to create because of Jupiter being in Sagittarius, and it's winding through the last few months of that cycle, last few areas. And so here's your opportunity to really pull it all together and create what you want. But I think it starts with self-forgiveness. It starts with forgiving others. It's about allowing the energy from that eclipses to eclipse out of your life, the negative energy, and to allow things to come in and to recognize just how creative you are and how much you can expand your life. And you can't sit around and rest on your laurels anymore. You have to stand on your principles. You have to start moving forward. You need to probably assess your foundations, what's strong, what needs to be shored up. So open your heart came out, and time to decide. Time to decide stuck to my hand and insisted on coming with us. So, opening your heart, allowing love in, the forgiveness in, and then it's time to decide. It's time to decide. Is it this or is it that? Am I creating this? Am I creating that? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? And finding that balance, that thing that brings you the peace, that allows you to open your heart and feel comfortable. Eclipse energy rolls out for 6 to 18 months, and I have a feeling with that having been in your second house of what you value, your self-esteem, your self-value, your self-worth, that, you know, it's pretty powerful, and you're kind of maybe feeling a little hungover from it, the energy. I know I'm feeling hungover from the energy because it happened in my first house, and so I'm definitely feeling hungover. So you have possibility, raise your standards. So this is your challenge. Your challenge is to elevate your expectations. Elevate your expectations. Know that you can do what you want to do. You just have to decide. We have compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. So see the light in yourself and in others. And that's that mother healing energy again. And that forgiveness card that came in. And I'm actually going to put it there because it really belongs there. And then we have patience. Pause before you take action. So it's that resting period right now between the eclipse and the new moon. But I think it's about finding the possibilities and understanding you could create what you want. And awareness. Live in the moment. Be connected with your thoughts. And look for signs and guidance. And I think this is opening your heart to forgiveness and compassion for yourself or for anyone who has really done any kind of damage to you. They were here doing the work they were supposed to do. Now it's your turn to do the work you're supposed to do, which is to learn and grow through it. To learn and grow through these experiences so that you distill it down into wisdom. Because the disillusionments that come in our life, the difficulties that come in our life, they are here to help us, to learn, to grow, to become. To find the wisdom. There's no substitute for experience when it comes to wisdom. Knowledge you can get in a book. Wisdom comes from life experience. Okay. The time. So the other card you got, you had you had forgiveness, and then you had ready, set, go. And so it's showing up again. Only this time it's a tick-tock. And what tick-tock says is, now is the time. Now is the time for this expansion. Now is the time to create. Temperance is about creating balance and harmony. Now is the time. You're not late. You're right on time. And it's coming in with this new moon in Leo. And that's in your 9th house of higher knowledge and learning, long distance travel, communication with spirit. So if you aren't really sure of the steps, it's time to start doing the research. It's time to start talking to spirit. It's time to start meditating and trying to get the information in. You're not late. First, you had to do some other stuff. You had to release. You had to release the negative energy and the mother healing. That had to happen first. Now it's time to decide. It's time to move forward. Nothing is yet set in stone. So really, time to decide. Nothing is set in stone. Now is the time. What do you want to create? What do you want to create? You're standing here with two things in your hand. You could pick one or the other, or you combine them and make a third. You have options. But conclusions are within reach. Nothing is set in stone. Conclusions are within reach. It comes down to, there's lots here of opportunity for expansion. There's plenty that can come to you. You need to decide what it is you want. Now's the time to decide. Not necessarily the time to take action. It's the time to decide. There's so many possibilities out there. So you have the green dragon. Helps you to tune into the secrets of nature. This will help you receive guidance. So if while you're in this decision-making process, get out in nature, get yourself grounded. Listen to your higher self. Get out in nature and cocoon. Oh, the black dragon cocoons you so that you're safe. Right, cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. It's time to decide. It's not time to take action. It's time to decide. And during this process of decision making, be compassionate with yourself. Forgive the people that need to be forgiven. Allow the healing to happen. This is a break in the action to rest and get ready. But the only action here is taking the time to decide. That's the action. The rest of it's nurturing and self-care and definitely communication with spirit so that you can figure out where it is that you're going and what you're going to do. So on the horizon you have, so you have quiet retreat. That's that, taking the time. And then we have raise or promotion or successful funding. So once you decide, once you get ready to get rolling on this, and it does look like it's about finances because I also saw with that Page of Pentacles and the second house of self-esteem, self-value, self-worth that Capricorn eclipse happened in, it's a project that has a lot of potential for success. So decide what it is you want, catch your breath, nurture yourself through the process, really get in touch with your intuition. Get in touch with your intuition. I think the reason I couldn't talk is it's not time to speak up yet. It's not time to share with others your ideas yet. But it is time for you to decide. This conversation needs to be had between you and spirit. Putting the pieces together. It's like I see a puzzle. It's not a complete picture yet. I'm not even sure. I can't really even see it. I see a bunch of pieces laying around. It's two-sided. It's two-sided. Like you can decide, it's like a puzzle that has a picture on one side or the other, and so all these pieces are together. Oh my gosh. And some of them complete one picture and some of them complete the other picture. Oh, that would be so complicated. That would be complicated. No wonder it's a process. So we have trust. Trust. And it says, in love there must be trust. They look angry. Without trust, there is no love. Jealousy is an illness of the mind and the heart. Trust lies in the lodge of your innocence. Okay. Native American tradition, there's a warrior that goes into battle backwards on its horse with a broken lance, knowing that the Great Spirit will protect him. It is this kind of trust that you need. The imbalanced aspects of patriarchal history reside like stone carvings within each of us. Welcome the new aspects of feminine power into your being, even though they may seem foreign. Trust in the ways of the divine power and the Great Spirit, and know that you are made of this divine power, and live with the trust in your heart. This is love for yourself. This is compassion for yourself. This is trust in your process. We also, I think it's relationship-wise for some of you because we have open your heart. And so if wounds of past experiences, if you had like a really difficult childhood and you haven't really healed from that, it might make it hard for you to trust and to allow someone in to have a relationship. And so doing that healing process will allow that in. So get the help you need. No shame in that game. All right? And you take care of yourselves. But there's opportunity here. Right now, it's the resting and deciding phase. The resting and deciding phase. All right, you take care, and we'll talk soon.